What's up, photography friends? I'm Josh Regrasso with theshutterschool.com, and I'm here for a quick little gear review. I don't do a lot of gear reviews because there's so many out there, but this one I felt like was a little more nuanced and obscure, I guess. But I just got, so this is the first look at the Godox tt350s. All right, and what they did is they came out with a mirrorless sized flash. And if you haven't used the Godox system yet, or if you're not familiar with it, the Godox system of flashes are fantastic. I love them. And this is the Cheetah version of the V860X for Canon. And the best thing about these is they have battery packs, lithium ions that you put in, and they have a receiver and trigger basically built into the flash all in one, so you don't need to have a whole bunch of stuff. So anyway, separate video about these flashes. But the point being, love these flashes. These were my jam while I was shooting Canon. And now that I've got Sony, cool thing is they actually work on the Sony. And so I was using them, but it was kind of awkward to have this big giant flash on this tiny body. And I actually added the grip to try to help balance everything out more, but still, it was kind of weird. So I saw that they had these tiny little flashes, and I assumed that they were just like bounce flashes, didn't do much. But I saw that they actually act as a trigger to the original big giant babies, the V860s, and they're actually a trigger to the whole system. So I was like, holy crap, that sounds perfect. So I've got this tiny little flash on my camera. So this is my first impressions of it. I've just been playing with it today after I unboxed it to test it out so I can try it out at my wedding tomorrow. And what I love about it is it's 1/3 the size and it's super light, especially on this tiny mirrorless body when you have this big bulky flash. And I also usually have like a mag mod with the mag sphere on top. This is very common. This was my old setup for receptions, and relatively heavy, and especially when you have this big sucker on your mirrorless camera, it feels weird. So now I've got this setup and it's super light. It comes with the bounce, which I was super happy with, so I don't need to put my mag mod on it. I'm all about going light now. And so now I can have a nice on-camera fill for dance floor shots, or if I could be doing getting ready and getting candids and I want to bounce flash, you know, off the sidewall or rear wall or whatever, it works. It does the full range of motion. It's basically a tiny V860C. Now what I was concerned about was, I was like, well, this little menu here, it doesn't look as big and fancy as this menu here, so maybe it won't be as featured, or maybe it'll be a pain to use. But I actually was up and running quicker with this setup, I felt like, than the other one. I felt like it's simpler, smaller. I was able to change settings really fast. I tested it out. This will trigger this super easily. It's got, you know, groups A, B, C, D, E, and so you can have multiple flashes on it really easy, and you can control the on-camera flash separately. Nice, super easy. It does TTL and all of that. I don't use TTL, so I haven't tested it. These can work as slave flashes, but I have these big ones that I still have from my Canon days, so I'm going to keep these as my off-camera slave and just have this as a nice lightweight trigger plus on-camera fill when I need it. So I don't like to have the big flashes on the whole time I'm shooting, because it just kind of gets heavy and old, but you want to keep it there because you never know when you're going to need it. So this way, it's the best of both worlds, because it's so tiny, you hardly notice it's there, and I can do that. Now there's two versions I saw. They have a newer version, I can't remember the model number, that's got the lithium ion inside. This one's just rechargeable, any loops. So that might be the only downside, but the good news is this is only 80 something bucks. The one with the battery pack is like twice that. So, but definitely first impressions, I was playing with it yesterday. It is definitely less powerful, which is okay, because the way I use the flash, I'm using it as a fill, and I'm usually on 164, 132nd, 128. Like, I'm at the bottom of the power range on the big boy. So with the little one, I should have enough power. We'll see. I will find out at my wedding tomorrow how good the recycle is and all that. But I think on low power, the recycle should be just fine. And so I can give a more in-depth review after my first full wedding, but I just wanted to give a shout out to this cool, nifty little flash, because with mirrorless, I mean, the whole point of mirrorless was to get small, and so I'm trying to go small with everything. And the tt350s is one big step towards getting nice and small. So thanks for checking it out. I'll have a link to it in the YouTube description or on the website, the blog post, wherever you're checking me out. So check it out. Thanks for watching this 2-minute tip. Make sure to like our page, subscribe, check out theshutterschool.com. Thanks so much.